transportation. We're going to be putting Mainers to work.
John Baldacci of Maine for Maine.
When I started planning my wedding, I wanted everything to be perfect, so I went to Boutique Gaetan in Grand Falls. Gaetan and her staff made me feel at ease. Their experienced staff helped me take care of all the details, and I got the most beautiful gown I've ever seen. I got all my bridesmaids' dresses, my flower girls, and rented all the tuxedos. My mom even found the perfect outfit for the wedding. Thank you, Boutique Gaetan, for making my wedding day perfect.
Up till now, this was about the only way to get premium for the price of regular. But not anymore. Presenting the Yamaha Premium Sales Event with price reductions up to $500, plus cash rebates up to $500, plus free financing for 90 days, plus the best warranty in the business. So hurry to your Yamaha dealer today and get premium for the price of regular.
See McGuire Motorsports Holton, Rogers Sports Center Fort Kent, or Four Seasons Yamaha Caribou.
Interplaque by Conair is proven to remove nearly all plaque. Its unique cleaning action can actually reverse gum disease. Keep your smile. Get Interplaque, accepted by the American Dental Association.
Shaking up healthy cooking with Mrs. Dash.
We're cooking chicken breasts with Mrs. Dash. It's 100% natural herbs and spices. No salt. Just the good stuff.
Call for more recipes.
Accommodations provided by Hilton Hotels and Resorts. Hilton handles all the details so your business trips are as successful as you are. It happens at the Hilton.
Throwing an E.T. birthday bash today, Benjamin Salisbury turns 18. Evander Holyfield is 36.
And which third rock from the sun alien actually attended Harvard University? That's John Lithgow. He's 53.
Tomorrow on our show, Cher, always an interesting person to watch. She has a new song out. It's called Believe, and I think people are going to be talking about this.
No question about it. But right now, Ray Romano's CBS sitcom airs tonight, as you know. And Ray also has a new book coming out, though. It's called Everything and a Kite. It's based on his experiences as a dad, and Chris Raggy paid a visit to his set. Here's a look for you as we say goodnight.
Funny guy. See you tomorrow.
You didn't really live at home till you were 29, did you?
Oh, yeah. See, the sad part about this, it's my catchphrase for this book is laugh because it's funny, cry because it's true. The title, Everything and a Kite, is a phrase one of my twins said. My 5-year-old twin, I asked him what he wanted for his birthday. He said he wanted everything and a kite. It was hard for me because I don't know many words to begin with. I was at a disadvantage.
Would you mind signing this for me? Could you do that?
Sure.
Would you mind?
All right. And you are?
My name is Jack.
No. I'm stupid. I'm a little stupid. So for me to come up with a book, that's such an accomplishment.
When it comes to ruling the highways, no one was cooler. Now, 15 years later, the toughest duo ever to ride a bike is back. Now, not those guys, these guys. It's Chips 99, a reunion for officers Pagliarello and Baker and rookies Philbin and Gifford.
Since when?
Join Chips hunks Eric Estrada and Larry Wilcox.
Hey, guys! Mind if we come along?
Well, maybe some other time.
It's Live's Chips Reunion.
Tuesday at 9 on WAGM, Channel 8.
Hunger is a disease that has a cure. Second Harvest. Just call your local food bank to help.
Here are more special deliveries brought to you by Smythe's IGA+.
Blossoms can help you express your thoughts with flowers. Our designers provide fitting arrangements for all occasions. Drop in today and see what's new in our gift shop. Many seasonal decorations and much more.
Friends, Friday at 7:30 on WAGM TV.
proud to serve northern Maine and western New Brunswick. This is News Source with Sue Bernard and John Gulliver. Rainey Kluge with sports, and meteorologist Tony Mignot.
Good evening, everyone. An American standoff in the North Maine woods becomes an international issue at the border.
The St. Pamphile crossing has been blockaded by a group of American woodsmen upset with bonded Canadian workers they say are taking jobs away from them.
Lena Balchunas has our story.
And we're here because of the problems with the farmers, the nurses, anyone that is in the state of Maine that is being replaced by Canadian workers.
At 3:30 this morning, the pickup trucks pulled up to the St. Pamphile border crossing and stopped, ensuring, at least for today, that the logging trucks would not be pulling through.
The Canadians are getting the jobs because the contractors are keeping the rates down. They bring in the Canadians, they tell the Americans that if they don't want to do the work for the price they're paying, they'll get a Canadian to do it cheaper. And everyone is competing with the Canadians, and now the Americans have to compete amongst themselves and lower their price in order to get the work.
The issue is a complex one that allows for no easy solution. The Canadians get bonded by the Department of Labor, but this is only after it has been certified that there are no Americans available to work. State Representative Dwayne Bellinger has requested a work stoppage order that would prevent any bonded Canadian labor from crossing the border. But what it would not necessarily do is cause the logging employers to increase their wages. Still, after years of complaints have gone unheeded, the blockade is an action that can't be ignored.
The state police and the border patrol are up at the customs station just ahead, and so far there hasn't been any serious pressure from contractors to open up the border. And I think that the gentlemen here are prepared to take it as it comes. They feel that they have a strong basis for being here. They've been dealing with this frustration for a long time, and they're prepared to deal with whatever comes up.
Let the Canadians go back across. The Americans will cut the wood. The Americans will haul the wood. In the background, there's a mill that is sawing the wood that is in Canada, and it's wood coming from Maine. If we can't have mills in Maine to take care of that wood, at least let the Americans cut it, truck it, and take it there.
The blockaders are allowing all non-logging traffic to pass through these gates. But as for the actual logging trucks themselves, well, it's up to those in Augusta to decide when they'll go this way again. The blockaders say they'll stay here for as long as it takes for change to be instituted. At St. Pamphile, I'm Lena Balchunas, News Source 8.
The blockade has caught the attention of Congressman John Baldacci. He's scheduled to meet with the protesting loggers tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. at the Northern Maine Regional Airport in Presque Isle. A Holton man has been sentenced in a rare criminal mischief case involving maple trees. 20-year-old Carrie Quint will pay a fine and restitution for damaging 41 sugar maple trees on land in Hodgdon owned by Rod Williams. The Department of Conservation says Quint used an axe to chop off the bark of the trees looking for the rare bird's eye patterns in the grain of the tree. Forestry officials say if the quality of the bird's eye is premium, some trees could be worth thousands of dollars each. That type of wood is used to make veneer products and other expensive finish woods. Quint will pay $2,500 in restitution and a $500 fine. Some of the damaged trees may have to be harvested within the next year because of damage. Sue?
The Northern Maine Development Commission has received 2 grants totaling over $11,000 from the Economic Action Program. That program is a partnership between the Maine Forest Service, the USDA Forest Service, and state and private forestry. The program provides assistance for forest-based economic activities. NMDC received nearly $10,000 for its softwood sawmill assessment program and almost $2,000 for its low-impact forestry conference. The fire that destroyed an Ashland business on Friday was arson. That word from the fire marshal's office. Freems Place, a restaurant and lounge, was gutted by the fire that got started on the outside of the back of the building. 45 firefighters from Ashland, Masardis, Portage, and Mapleton fought that blaze that was reported shortly before 4 o'clock Friday morning. The fire marshal's office was called in to investigate since the lounge had closed a couple of hours earlier. So far, no charges have been filed or arrests made, but officials say evidence is still being processed.
Good news for Maine businesses. Workers' comp rates are headed down again. The State Insurance Bureau says the average 3.5% decrease will take effect January 1st of next year. This will mark the 6th consecutive year Maine has had a workers' comp rate reduction after a long pattern of increases. Over the last 5 years, workers' comp rates have dropped by 43%, and Governor King says that makes Maine more competitive for business and new jobs. The unemployment rate continues to fall in Maine as well. The state seasonally adjusted jobless rate dropped slightly last month to 4.3%. The rate in August was 4.4%. The Maine Department of Labor says seasonally adjusted unemployment also was down from September of 1997, with an over-the-year drop in unemployment of 7,300 workers. Between August and September, non-farm wage and salary jobs increased by 2,800. Other New England states reporting seasonally adjusted rates for September include New Hampshire with 2.4% and Vermont with 3.2%. The national rate was 4.6%.
Despite the very strong winds, several people gathered this morning in Presque Isle to celebrate the groundbreaking of the new Micmac Health Services facility. Jamie Wood has more.
A traditional ceremony called smudging kicked off the groundbreaking for the new Micmac Health Services Center in Presque Isle. The smudging is believed to purify and safeguard the ground and the leadership involved with the project. And after a shaky planning stage, tribal project organizers are hoping for smooth building.
It's a first step in consolidation. We're trying to consolidate all our programs and all our buildings, if you will. Right now we're running throughout Presque Isle at different areas, and our intent is to consolidate all our programs to make it easier for the community to access.
The current Micmac Healthcare facility, located on North Main Street in Presque Isle, continues to offer services until next spring when the new facility opens up. And one of the advantages of that new facility is a lot more square footage.
The facility is 7,096 square feet. We'll house our contract health services, community health nursing, alcohol and substance abuse counseling, environmental health services, and youth prevention services.
Construction begins immediately on the building, which is located at the Bon Air housing development across from Northern Maine Technical College. Jamie Wood, News Source 8.
Help in healing chronic wounds. That's coming up in our prescription health report.
But first, a long-forgotten voice is back in the St. John Valley. Derek Wing tunes in when we return.
LaForest Industries in the Perth Andover Industrial Park has custom-made furniture for any need. They have many samples available of countertops and vanity tops to your measurements. Their computer program will custom build your kitchen cabinets on the spot. They offer a great value on U.S. money. That's LaForest Industries, Perth Andover, New Brunswick. Also in Perth Andover, stop by Linda Jane's Fashions for personalized, friendly service and a small-town atmosphere. They have a wide selection of dresses, sweaters, and accessories which make great holiday gifts. Linda Jane sells Tabby, April Cornell, Poems, and Kim & Company. For fashions, gifts of distinction, and a good U.S. premium, it's Linda Jane's Fashions.
Kenny's Family Restaurant in Presque Isle offers daily specials at great prices like roast beef for $5.95, hamburger and fried onions for $4.95, and sirloin steak for just $5.95. Specials include your choice of side order, salad bar, soup, and rolls. Try Kenny's Restaurant for the best food in town.
Of all the home heating options in Maine, what's the best buy?
After 3 years of being on natural gas, we couldn't believe what we were spending. We made a cost analysis last fall of oil heat, identified that as the way to go. We made the conversion and have experienced great savings over last winter and no environmental impact.
The fact is, a lot of Maine people are believers in oil heat because of valued personal experience, their own. We just thought you'd be more comfortable knowing that.
Nearly 100 people gathered at the University of Maine at Presque Isle last night for a candlelight vigil for peace. The ceremony was to honor and support the family of Matthew Shepard, the gay University of Wyoming student who was tortured and murdered. The vigil included 2 minutes of silence, poetry readings, and songs. Sympathy cards were signed by those attending, and they will be mailed to the Shepard family. The gathering was one of several across the state and around the country.
The power's back on at the University of Maine Fort Kent radio station.
Derek Wing tells us all about the station and the man who's running it.
Yeah, this is Wham from 1985, and wake me up before you go. 92.1, the new college mix.
There's music in the air at the University of Maine Fort Kent. That's because the on-campus radio station has resumed live on-air broadcasting with the help of Sam Crutchfield, a student at UMFK and the station's general manager. Crutchfield, who is from New Mexico, made the long, strange trip east and found Fort Kent with the help of the internet.
Well, I was looking for a nicer place to raise my kids. I got 2 little girls and a wife, and where I was living before just wasn't very family friendly. I guess you could say. And I started looking on the internet at different colleges to finish my degree, and UMFK happened to be on there as the smallest college in the United States. And I said, well, started looking around on the internet, and they have a nice web page, and started making some investigations, and here I am.
Once at the university, his next step was to get in touch with the radio station. The timing couldn't have been better, as WUFK was just getting new equipment to go back to live broadcasting full-time. That, coupled with Sam's extensive background in radio, has helped make the station a rousing success.
He came here for very good reasons, and we're very, very fortunate to have him and his expertise here. He's been a great inspiration to a lot of people, and he's just made this radio station, I guess, sort of some sort of hybrid between your typical college station and something that's a little bit more akin to a commercial operation. He lends a lot of professionalism to it.
Though most of Sam's career has either been as a GM or behind the mic on the radio, his interest in it actually began, ironically enough, from watching television.
I got into radio actually when I was about 12 years old through watching WKRP in Cincinnati, the one with Dr. Johnny Fever. And I watched that and thought, wow, that would be kind of neat to do that. So one morning at like 5:30 in the morning, got up, got my dad to take me down to the radio station, and well, the rest is history. Here I am.
And here's hoping you stay a while, Sam. Derek Wing, News Source 8.
Lottery lovers in New Brunswick, here's a piece of news for you. The Atlantic Lottery Corporation is planning to put its lottery tickets in the checkout lanes at grocery stores. It's part of a plan to increase profits by $36 million a year by 2001 and get a more youthful market. The corporation is also considering allowing people to gamble over the internet.
In medical news now, doctors say chronic wounds are one of the most dangerous effects of diabetes. In fact, amputation due to foot ulcers occurs 15 times as often in people with diabetes than in those without the disease. But as our prescription health report shows, an experimental gel may heal wounds faster. St. Petersburg Beach, a destination for thousands of retirees every year. 43 years ago, Paul Kennedy began calling the beach home. But his walks on the beach aren't as easy as they used to be.
With that crazy shoe, it's clumsy. I walk like I'm drunk or something like that.
Paul has diabetes and for years has battled chronic foot sores. The shoe helps keep the weight off his open wound. Fortunately, Paul lives near the Bay Pines VA Medical Center.
I wouldn't be walking today if it wasn't for you guys.
Doctors are testing a type of experimental gel called a growth factor. Dr. Wyatt Payne says it works by telling your skin cells to work.
They seem to have the ability to turn on certain cell processes that allow the building up of tissue to allow the healing process to begin.
There are 2 calluses.
Paul's wound has been open for almost 3 years. With growth factor, you can see the healing 78 days later.
It took me 78, but it closed beautifully. It closed really beautifully. I'm so happy,
If you want to base success on whether or not the wounds are healing up, then I would say that we are successful because we do heal up quite a few wounds.
The growth factor is currently in clinical trials. Paul will try to get into a trial to treat a wound now on his right foot. But until then, he'll keep hobbling around to his favorite spot.
The Chevrolet tradition of value continues with the arrival of the 1999 models. Yes, the all-new Chevy trucks are in stock, including the groundbreaking full-size Silverado. Plus, save big on remaining 98s with cash back up to $3,500 and low 0.9% financing.
Keeping a promise, Chevrolet.
Introductory savings on 99s, closeout deals on 98s. More reasons to see your local Chevrolet dealer today.
Bob, you're restocking housewares. Surely you're on register 8, you in the yellow. You know what to do.
We're rolling back prices all over the store to save you even more. Always low prices, always Walmart.
Sports is brought to you by Highway Tire of Caribou, your local Cooper tire dealer.
Good evening. It's a busy week for county soccer players. Several teams are now in postseason play, and 3 squads will begin play in the prelim round on Wednesday. And that matchup looks like this on the girls' side: Fort Kent at Old Town at 2 o'clock. Also on the boys' side, Fort Kent Orono at 2 o'clock. Hodgdon and Central in East Corinth will play at 3 p.m. Saturday's quarterfinal matchups, very busy day. Bangor travels to Presque Isle. Orono and Holton will meet. Katahdin will take on Madawaska in a 2-7 matchup. Also Hodgdon and Calais are in action. Easton will travel to Wisdom. Washburn and Bangor Christian play, along with Ashland taking on Fort Fairfield. Van Buren has an opening round bye. On the boys' side, Presque Isle will travel to Augusta and take on Coney. Holton and Stevens, Hodgdon or Central at Madawaska. Greenville or Shed will play Van Buren, depending on who wins that prelim game. Ashland and Wisdom will also be in action. We don't have the starting times for the weekend games yet, but we will get them to you later this week. Well, the Easton Bears girls soccer team continues to celebrate its first playoff appearance. The Bears ended the year at 6-7 and 7th in Class D. Coach Dean Gendreau says the team is walking on air.
This has been, this is the goal going into, every season. You want to make the playoffs. And for this program here, like you said, 10 years, nobody's ever gotten close to making the playoffs. They've had some pretty good teams, but nobody's ever made the playoffs. So we're all excited. The girls are excited. I'm excited. Not knowing what's ahead of us, really, because nobody's ever gone that far.
Yeah. It was quite a turnaround for the Bears. Last year they didn't win a game and had 1 tie. The year before that they had 2 wins, but the seniors and the rest of the squad pulled together, and this year they walked away with 6 victories.
It's really exciting. We've worked for it for 4 years, and it's nice to finally be going.
Blackstone said there were some anxious moments over the past 3 weeks. They finished their season before the harvest break and watched as other teams continued to play and move up in the standings.
Like, oh, we're not getting in, and then it looked like we were going to, and then people would say, no, you're not, and so it was, but once we finally found out for sure that we were in, it was exciting.
Easton had some early season success, and that continued to build confidence for the team.
Well, at first, usually we've been setting our goal as making it to tournament. This is the first year we haven't said anything about it, but it was all in the back of our minds. When we first beat Wisdom, it was just, wow, we could get there. And then as we were winning more and more, it was just like, yeah, we'll make it. We're doing good. We can do it.
Gendreau realizes this will be the first postseason experience for any of the girls on his team. He'll give them a little pep talk and knows they'll come out ready.
Yeah, so there'll be some nervousness, I think, but after, a couple kicks for everybody, and they'll get right into the swing and get things and all.
And Easton and Wisdom split on the regular season. Well, 3 University of Maine and Presque Isle soccer players are getting weekly recognition from the Maine Athletic Conference. Heather Von Osen has been named the Offensive Player of the Week, and Shannon Henthorne of the Owls the Defensive Player of the Week, and that after 3 shutouts. Nick Lyons of UMaine Presque Isle the Men's Defensive Player of the Week. The Aroostook Deepwood Bow Hunters held a tournament in Ashland yesterday. Winners were Ricky Carney, Mike Howes, Pat Long, Cliff Braley, Darlene Rogers, and Darren Hunter. The New England Patriots and New York Jets square off tonight in the Monday night showdown. Pats go up against former coach Bill Parcells and former top rusher Curtis Martin. New England's players say it's important not to get carried away with the hype. Safety Willie Clay says his team must stay on an even keel emotionally and physically. The NBA Players Union hasn't commented on today's ruling against the union. The union had filed a grievance claiming players with guaranteed contracts should be paid during the current lockout. But arbitrator John Farrick ruled today against the union. That means no players will be paid until there's a labor settlement. The union had been hoping a ruling in its favor would force owners to soften their stand at the bargaining table. Seattle outfielder Ken Griffey Jr. and Atlanta pitcher Greg Maddux have won their 9th consecutive Gold Glove awards. San Francisco outfielder Barry Bonds has his 8th. Robin Ventura also picked up his first Gold Glove. Portland Pirates are back on the market. The expected sale of the team fell through over the weekend. Bruins are back to work tonight. That's when they'll take on Phoenix. The Bruins have had a very successful road trip with 2 shutouts, including last night over San Jose. Mike Tyson can box again, at least in Nevada. That after the Athletic Commission voted 4-1. We'll have more on that tonight at 11.
I'm sure that's just what the world wanted, was more Mike Tyson.
Sure.
Thanks a lot, Rainey. We'll be back with weather right after this.
While some off-road tires may take you there, Coopers are designed to also bring you back. Cooper, your next set of tires.
Although times may change, our principles will not. For 2 years, credit unions have fought to retain the principles that have made credit unions unique for the past 150 years. Aristic Chapter Credit Unions would like to thank you for your membership and ongoing support on the Credit Union Membership Access Act. Help us in celebrating the credit union difference. Join a credit union today. Credit unions are federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration.
Hammered. Wasted. Let's go get drunk. I usually drink about 10 beers. If the driver's a little buzzed, and I figure, okay, he'll get me home.
We're not going to talk to teens about the dangers of alcohol. We're going to challenge them to experience it.
Your life as you know it right now is over.
What you see in this show will shock you.
This is 3 members of the class of '98.
And that's exactly the point. The Teen Files, the truth about drinking.
Ah, something special under the arches? Proud, aren't you? So, how does it taste? Well, show us what you got. Now, for a limited time only, you can get a McDonald's favorite, a bacon double cheeseburger, double beef patties, cheese, and crispy bacon. A classic taste at a great value. But hurry, it won't be here long. So hop to it, it'll be gone before you know it.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Carol's Auto Sales.
Yesterday was so beautiful, great day for yard work. Got all my leaves in several big piles in the backyard, but didn't have a chance to get them out to the street. And then this morning at 8 o'clock, up comes the wind, and there go my leaf piles right back where they were to begin with. A whole day's work.
Yeah, this shows you can't procrastinate.
No, you can't procrastinate, but I didn't know about the wind. Thank you very much. That's enough out of you, too. Okay, next time we'll get all those leaves out to the street before they...
Pick them up right away.
Exactly.
And a very windy day it was
sure
today,
was.
and the temperatures were falling all day long. Take a look at those numbers. Right now, the current temperature at 54 degrees with the humidity 52%. Now, barometer is rising. It's reading 29.61 inches. The wind is out of the west at 18 miles an hour. And taking a look at the satellite picture right now, what we find is, first of all, you can see the beginning of the sequence. The cold front goes through, moves well off to the east of us early this morning, and we had some clearing, some sunshine to begin the day. But then we had an upper-level low-pressure center come down and move very close to the northern part of the state. You can see the circulation here, and that brought on some clouds and a few widely scattered showers during the day. And now we look a little further to the west. You can see another system in the upper levels. There's a circulation moving into the central part of the Great Lakes, and it's moving to the east. That's an area of low pressure. We can see it on the weather map this evening, located north of the Great Lakes, at the surface at least, and there's a couple of cold fronts trailing it. Those cold fronts are going to be approaching the area tomorrow, so after partly cloudy skies and some colder temperatures tonight, tomorrow we'll see those fronts come through and bring us another round of showers. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the country today, the same frontal system moving into the mid-Atlantic states, bringing some showers there. We also had some showers into the western part of the Gulf of Mexico. It was pretty nice over the plain states, 50s and 60s there. Some cold air getting into the Great Lakes. High temperatures up here today. We're only running in the mid-30s or so, and there was some snow just to the north of the border. And out in the western part of the country, some sunshine, high pressure out in the west coast. It wasn't that bad of a day out there. Now tomorrow, as I said, those cold fronts will be moving through the region, and it looks like we'll see some cloud build up again. It should be a sunny start to the day tomorrow, but just like today, the clouds will build up as that front comes through, and we'll see some showers, especially during the course of the afternoon. Plus a reinforcing shot of cold air coming in behind it. The temperatures will be dropping down into the 30s tomorrow night. Plus we'll see some shower activity to the south of us during the day tomorrow, and showers continuing into tomorrow night. And as the temperatures drop into the low to mid-30s tomorrow night, we may even see some flurries mix in with the showers. And we'll be back with the rest of the weather right after this.
Are you the buyer that looks for a deal on a new or holdover car or truck every year? Carol's Auto Sales has a 1999 Buick Century for $18,995, or a 1998 4x4 extended cab pickup for $19,999, or a 1998 Chevy Malibu for $15,675.
When you give a student the chance to fulfill a dream, we all get to share in it. Walmart's Competitive Edge Scholarship is giving students like Joe Mormon the opportunity to live his dream.
Without Walmart's scholarship, I wouldn't be in college.
It helps America's brightest students become leaders in engineering and technology. That's why Walmart awards Competitive Edge scholarships to students across the country. Sending kids like Joe to college is smart for all of us. We live here too, and we believe good works.
So cute, so playful. All he needs is you and...
Kibbles and Bits, Puppy! I'm gonna get me some Kibbles and Bits, Puppy.
New Kibbles and Bits Puppy has the taste preferred over Puppy Chow.
We're gonna get us some Kibbles and Bits, Puppy!
Tonight, it's a night of household pests. First, Cosby has another uninvited guest.
Bats have sonar. Advantage bat.
Then, with Jerry Stiller's living in your basement, you've got to make a few adjustments.
Am I interrupting?
The King of Queens and Ray's mother-in-law drops in for a visit.
This is my vacation.
I changed travel agents.
It's a house infested with parents.
You're not in the way, Mom.
Tonight on the new CBS Monday.
Your family doesn't always get injured between 9 and 5. When you need health care after regular hours, the TAMIC After Hours Care Service is the answer. You receive the same care offered in a doctor's office after hours without paying emergency room cost. TAMIC After Hours Care just inside the emergency room at Poole Memorial Hospital in Presque Isle is available weekdays 4 to 10 p.m., weekends and holidays 2 to 10 p.m. Convenient walk-in care at less cost when you need it. The Aroostook Medical Center, your partner in health.
So after some unsettled weather tomorrow night another low pressure area is going to be moving into the Great Lakes and dropping southward into New York and Pennsylvania on Wednesday, and then headed into New England. So that will bring us more unsettled weather for Wednesday, and with the colder temperatures we may see some snow flurries once again mixed in with the shower activity. After that, I think we'll see high pressure start to build down from the northwest and bring on clearing conditions for Thursday, and it should be pretty good as we go into the weekend, although temperatures will be running a little bit on the chilly side. So looking at the forecast now for tonight, we're looking for partly cloudy weather. The low temperature between 35 and 40 degrees, winds out of the west at 12 to 17 miles an hour. For tomorrow, showers developing after a sunny start to the day. Highs in the low to mid 40s, winds out of the west 15 to 20 miles an hour. And some showers or some flurries tomorrow night, lows in the 30s. On Wednesday, the same thing, showers or some possible flurries. The high temperatures on Wednesday only running in the 30s, so you had northwest winds at 12 to 17 miles an hour. And for Thursday, clearing up, look for a high temperature of 39 degrees. On Friday, partly sunny, 42 for the high, and 25 degrees for the low temperature. Partly sunny weather for Saturday. Looking for a high temperature of 45 and a low temperature of 30 degrees. So a little bit unsettled the next couple of days. Some sunshine to start off, but clouds come in the afternoon with some showers.
Looks like my leaves are going to get wet and snowy.
That's right.
Both. Okay. Thanks very much, Tony. And that's our news for now. Thanks a lot for being with us.
The CBS Evening News is next. We'll be back at 11 with News Source. Have a wonderful night, everyone.
Good night.